Hey guys, a very good evening to all of you. This is Yogendra from Forsk. Guys, can you please give me a confirmation if my audio is clear to you and screen is visible? Okay, so Mangesh saying yes, Khushi Khandelwal saying yes, Hema saying yes, Vaibhav Thakur saying yes, Snehal Kadolkar, Nitin, Krishnan, Pooja. Okay, for the first time I'm getting this name, Pooja. Hari Prasad, Raman, Yekta. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks for the confirmation. And guys, welcome back. This is our second and final day of the workshop. Yeah, thank you, Naveen. Thank you. So guys, welcome back to day 2 of our workshop. And obviously this is the final day as well. So guys, can we start? Let me know, please. Okay, so people are saying that yes, we can start. Okay, hold on guys, just a minute. So guys, yeah, Rakshita, thank you. So guys, let's get started with the review of what we have done yesterday, right? So guys, if you remember what we did yesterday, we started our session to understand what exactly the machine learning is. And for that purpose, guys, we had to do a kind of a formal introduction of the machine learning concept. And then I told you that, how come it is closely related to the mathematics, and what happens if you move into the world of machine learning, right? What is the training of the model is, what the prediction is, what is the mapping function, what is the data set, what is feature, what is label, what is the prediction called if you are trying to predict a number, that is called as regression. What are the regression algorithms? Means what are the algorithms to find out the mapping function if you want to perform regression. So linear regression was one of them, polynomial regression was one of them, decision tree was one of them, random forest was one of them, right? And there might be other algorithms as well. Similarly, if you want to predict a category or a class, right, then it is a classification. Okay, guys, in classification also we had a lot of algorithms. That means algorithms that can find the mapping function for you given the data set is with you and you want to perform a classification. So in that case, guys, if you remember SVM, support vector machine, right, naive weights, KNN, right, XGBoost, decision tree, random forest, lot of algorithms. And if you do Google, guys, you will find more algorithms to do that. Okay, guys, one thing that we did not, kind of discuss yesterday, right? One thing that we did not discuss yesterday, guys, I told you, and then very soon, guys, we will resume our, discussion around the problem statement and the project implementation, and we are going to complete that today. So guys, a quick a recap and few additional information as well for you. So guys, yesterday, what I told you that you have a data set, right? So your X is your feature and your Y is your label or target or response, you can have different names there. And this is known as data set, and then you make use of this data set to train your model so that model can give you a mapping function. And once this mapping function is known to you, you can make use of that mapping function to perform the predictions, right? That has been the case. So now if X and Y is given to you with the equation Y is equal to Fx, we can easily find out the mapping function, and there are lots of algorithms to do that. So now, guys, this is something new and might be new for you. if you are the beginner in this field of data science, guys, if our problem statement has a data set containing both X and Y, then this kind of problem is known as supervised machine learning. It's a new term for you guys, supervised machine learning. What is supervised machine learning? In supervised machine learning problems, the data set contains both features and label. And if data set contains both features and labels, that data set sometimes also known as labeled data set, guys, a labeled data set. So if the data set is there and you have access to the label along with the features, then that kind of a data set is known as labeled data set. And then, guys, you are in the supervised machine learning domain. But sometimes, guys, sometimes what may happen while solving a certain machine learning problem, sometimes it may happen that in our data set we only have the access to features and there is no label given. Guys, there is no label given. That might be the case. In that case, guys, where the data set do not contain the label or target values, that data set is known as unlabeled data set. And you guys are in the area of unsupervised machine learning. And guys, because only we have access to X or features, there is no Y given to us. Obviously, with this relationship, we cannot find the mapping function, because to find out the mapping function, we should have the access to two entities, this one as well and this one as well. But as of now, this one is missing. This one is not there. So by just having X, we can't find the mapping function. That is unsupervised machine learning. And if you can't find the mapping function, you can't perform the prediction as well, right? Then what we do in unsupervised learning? Guys, in unsupervised learning, we do different things as compared to supervised machine learning. So in supervised machine learning, what exactly you do? Either you perform regression, that means you want to predict a number. Either you perform a classification, that means you want to predict a category or class. That happens in supervised machine learning. And obviously, the supervised machine learning is one of the category of machine learning only, no doubt about it. Similarly, unsupervised machine learning is also a category of ML only, but you have access to the features only and there is no label given. In that scenario, guys, we perform two activities. We can perform two activities. One activity is known as clustering, and the another activity is known as association. So as of now, I'm not going to put too much focus on the association part, but this particular subdomain of unsupervised machine learning is primarily used by e-commerce companies or OTT platforms to build a recommendation engine or to improve the customer experience in a retail store. That is a very interesting domain, but obviously we can't have everything in just 2 days. So that is the case. In clustering, guys, clustering means grouping. Clustering means grouping. So in clustering, what we do, guys, based on the features only, we divide our data into multiple groups. That is known as clustering. So let's take one example. Guys, a lot of people are attending this this workshop. So around 50 people are there right now. Okay. Gender, right? Male or female. Now, if that is the feature, can we do one thing based on gender feature? Can we group people in two clusters? What do you say, guys? Can we do that? Just based on the feature. And what is the feature right now in this case? Gender is the feature. So guys, can we divide people sitting in this room into two groups or in two clusters just based on the feature? Female and male. Can we do that, guys? What do you say? So Raman saying yes. What about others, guys? What do you say? Merchant saying yes. So guys, by just looking at the feature, okay, Hema and also, let me take one example. Height of a person is also one of the features. Height. Yeah, Akash, thank you. Height is also one of the feature. So guys, can we do one thing based on the height? Based on the height feature, can be can be kind of divide people or cluster people in three subcategories where we can say that this is the group of the people with the below average height, right? Below average height. This is the group of the people with the average height. Okay, this is the group of the people with above average. So a kind of taller, kind of average, kind of a shorter. This is also we can do actually, right? So this is how you do the clustering, guys. And for clustering, guys, to perform clustering, we have a very popular algorithm, guys, with the name k-means. With the name k-means, guys. Similarly, to perform associations, guys, when you watch YouTube, right, guys? When you watch YouTube, based on your history, based on your, what you watch, based on your age, based on your location, they give you some recommendation, right? They give you some suggestions to watch the videos, right? In that kind of a feature of any OTT platform or social media platform, guys, association is working on the base, and there is a very popular algorithm to do so, guys, a priori algorithm. Other than a priori algorithms are also used to build a very strong recommendation system, and as per the articles and the blogs, guys, you will come to know that probably Netflix has the strongest recommendation system in the world. But these things are very dynamic, right? Because every company is working to improve their products, working to improve the customer experience, right? Everybody wants to kind of retain the customers. Everyone is trying, and every day there is innovation in the product, right? So this is a very tough competition, right? So Amazon Prime, your YouTube, your Netflix, your Hotstar, your so many streaming platforms are there. So everybody is trying their best to be in the competition, to stay ahead of the other people, right? So that is a kind of a normal scenario in the business competitions, guys. Now, guys, if I quickly recap everything, okay, if I quickly recap everything, so I think that chart should really help you, guys. This is our machine learning world, okay. Then in machine learning, guys, you have supervised machine learning, then unsupervised machine learning. In supervised machine learning, you have the access to the data set which contains features as well and label as well. In unsupervised machine learning problems, right? In unsupervised machine learning, you have access only to features, okay? That is there. Now, in supervised machine learning, you have again two subcategories, right? Do you remember that, guys? Regression, and other one is classification. Similarly, in unsupervised machine learning, right, you have clustering, and what was the name, guys? Association, right? That was the case. To perform regression, guys, I listed a couple of algorithms for you yesterday. Do you remember that? Linear regression was one of them. Polynomial regressor, I think, I did not mention this yesterday. Support vector regressor was one of them, right? Decision tree was one of them. Random forest was one of them. Similarly, guys, can you name the algorithms for classification? Support vector machines, but they have a specific name as well for classification, guys. Support vector classifiers, SVC, naive Bayes theorem, if you remember from mathematics world. KNN, K nearest neighbors. Okay, then what was that, guys? Logistic regression. Although the name is logistic regression, right? But it is for classification. And then, guys, decision tree, random forest, that was the case, right? XGBoost. These are the algorithms here. Okay, to perform the clustering, guys, recently I told you about this, right? What is the most popular algorithm to perform the clustering, guys? Can you answer that, please? What was that? K-means. Yes, guys, you are absolutely right. There is a one more, yes, Ashwath, there is a one more algorithm. Sometimes when K-means fails, because a lot depends on the data distribution, kind of the data we have. There is a one more popular algorithm in this space, DB scan, density based, and guys, for association, we have the algorithm for with the name a priori. Guys, with this, we have a one more machine learning actually that I did not talk about yet, reinforcement learning. Guys, but reinforcement learning is altogether a different ball game. As of now, when I talk to customers and industry leaders, very few companies are working in reinforcement learning. This is more of a research area. Guys, if you remember, driverless cars, reinforcement learning. How come reinforcement learning is different from supervised machine learning or unsupervised machine learning? Guys, in case of supervised machine learning and unsupervised machine learning, we already have access to the data so that you can train your model. Guys, listen this, very interesting to know. In case of supervised machine learning or unsupervised machine learning, we already have access to the data, right? To train our model so that your model can do, the stuff for you, can perform the predictions for you, can do the automation for you, right? But in case of the reinforcement learning problems, guys, we do not have any access to the prior data. There is no data pre-hand available to you. During the reinforcement learning process itself, machines generates the data and uses that data for future training or future improvements, guys. That is the the most significant differences. And guys, there is a popular platform if you want to practice reinforcement learning and want to do some research in this area. Is still a kind of unhidden, unscratched, area, guys. And it would be there, for a couple of more years. But guys, the most popular platform, to reinforcement learning is OpenGym, guys. You can do a Google and then you will come to know OpenGym is the platform to, kind of, learn this, reinforcement learning and all that. Guys, OpenGym is not a algorithm, it's a framework or a platform, so kind of take a note of this, right? Guys, Is that picture clear to you? Let me know, please. Is that complete picture clear to you? I think now you should have a kind of a bird's eye view of this complete data science domain, guys. Let me know, please. Are you clear so far? It's going good for you? Let me know, please. Raman says yes. Nitin says yes. Khushi, Akash, Pooja, a lot of people. Hema, Merchant. Merchant is saying yes, sir. A bit. Yes, Merchant. Right. In just 2 days, you can't become a a superstar. Neeraj Chopra, the the golden boy of India who won the gold medal in Olympics. Right. You can ask him how many years of efforts he has put to win that gold. Right. So, so guys, that is the case. Now, guys, one more thing. I'll wrap up with this. Lot of people have asked me a question in the past and from this group as well. And that's a very normal kind of a question, guys. Everybody does. That if I am a beginner, I want to get into a data science domain. Okay. I want to get into a data science domain. Whether you are a college graduate, a college student, or a passed out student, or you are a working professional in some other domain, right? If you want to make a career, and if you remember, guys, we have spent a complete one session on career outlook related to data science domain. So guys, a lot of people ask that what should be the kind of a learning path, right? How should I get started? Okay, and how should I do this complete journey? So guys, just I will kind of a chart out that rough plan for you, and this may be kind of a change from person to person, but a generic plan I'm talking about that can help you in that case. Okay, so see that, guys. To begin with, I think your first starting point should be to learn Python programming. Okay, so Python programming, simple, data types. Okay, how to take input from the user, how to make use of the loops like while loop, for each loop, right? And how to use various data structures provided by Python like list, dictionary, tuples, right? How come you can use them in solving simple problems. And if you want to practice, right, so that you can solve problems during the placement activities as well, you get more confidence. There are a lot of platforms available nowadays, guys. HackerRank is one of them. HackerOut is one of them. CodeChef is one of them. CodeForces is one of them. LeetCode is one of them. There are so many platforms available. You just need to stick with one of the platform and just have practice every week or every day or every night or wherever you have a time, guys, to start with basic Python programming, where I'm not talking about anything related to data science as of now, just Python programming. In this regard, after covering this basic Python stuff, guys, you can move on to advanced Python stuff. Although industry never differentiates between Python and advanced Python, there is a very a misconception in the academics, guys. Java, advanced Java, Python, advanced Python. No, there is no difference in industry, right? They want to solve the problems only. How you solve, right? It doesn't matter whether you are solving through a basic Python or you are solving through advanced Python. Doesn't matter. Okay. So in advanced Python, I think, guys, you should focus on functional programming in Python. Functional programming, a very important concept. Okay, there you should understand how to make use of filter, how to make use of map, how to make use of reduce, kind of a stuff, and then you should understand object oriented programming concepts as well, right? So at least these two stuff should be very, very clear when you talk about the advanced Python, right? Now, guys, yeah, Akash, I'll answer. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah. Now, guys, after covering this part, as I told you guys, there are lots of online platforms available across the world, wherever you come from, right? It doesn't matter, right? You can make use of, Hacker Rank, Hacker Earth, right? Code Chef, Code Forces, right? Lead Code. And they also have, uh, kind of problems on data structures and object-oriented programming concepts as well, guys. So you can, use them very well. Then, guys, you should move on to analytics part. And yesterday I defined what is analytics is, right? So, guys, to perform analytics in Python ecosystem, we have the most popular library, pandas. Then in analytics, showing the data in a graphical format is also a kind of a very important, guys, right? So you should understand how to use matplotlib, or there is another library called Seaborn, right? Or there is another library which is getting a traction nowadays, Yellowbrick. Okay, there, right? So, and Akash is saying that cufflinks is also, there are a lot of libraries available, guys. And then yesterday I gave you a library name, guys. Do you remember that? For performing the mathematical operations, right? In a fast, efficient manner, right? So do you remember that name, guys? I told you that name yesterday. That was Raman, sorry, that was NumPy, numerical Python. Mathematical operations can be achieved through this NumPy, right? After this, guys, you should move on to machine learning world. So that is the complete data science journey I'm talking about, right? ML. In ML, guys, you understand how to, kind of look at the problem, right? How to design the solution, how to identify what is feature, how to identify what is label, how to decide which algorithm to use, right? So in this area, guys, there is a very popular library or a framework, in fact, with the name scikit-learn. You say it scikit-learn, but you write like this, sklearn. But in general, communication or in general discussion, you call it as a scikit-learn, but the name is sklearn. Guys, this is a framework. It contains the algorithms, all the algorithms, right? For regression as well, for classification as well, for clustering as well. It contains all sort of algorithms for you. Okay, so here, that is the case. Once you have a good understanding of the ML concepts, guys, okay, in this area, basics of the statistics as well, should be the case, basics of this, and same, guys, during this advanced Python, you can have the databases part as well, and you should understand what is a structured query language and all. So after moving from ML, step 2, guys, this is the time to go for deep learning, where you make use of neural networks to solve the problems. And guys, again, in the deep learning, right, there are 2 steps only: supervised deep learning and unsupervised deep learning. Same like ML. In supervised deep learning, you get the access to labeled data. In unsupervised deep learning, you have unlabeled data. Mostly you will encounter the problems related to supervised deep learning, guys. And there are popular 3 architectures available. One is ANN, which stands for artificial neural network, that you have to master. Then CNN, convolutional neural network, which is used for computer vision problem. You must have heard a library, OpenCV, guys. OpenCV, that is based on CNN actually, right? For image processing and all, right? Then you have RNN, recurrent neural network. So guys, ANN can be used to perform regression as well and classification as well. Guys, do you remember? I told you that in machine learning, You have linear regression, you have polynomial regression, you have a decision tree, right? You have random forest. All algorithms are there to perform regression, but in neural network, in deep learning, using ANN only you can perform the regression, and the using ANN you can perform the classification as well. So guys, that is the difference, right? There you had a lot of a big list of algorithms to perform regression as well, to perform classification as well, but in neural network, ANN can be configured to perform regression as well and classification as well. CNN used for computer vision problem. Let me give you one example of the computer vision problem. Guys, if you are using Facebook or Instagram or any social media platform, guys, as soon as you upload one of the photograph of, it starts prompting you to tag your friends. That is the computer vision utility used by all these social media platforms. RNN is recurrent neural network, primarily used for time series data, guys. Time series data. You have a long history, long historical data for 10 years rainfall data, right? 100 years earthquake data. All of that is RNN, guys. And guys, the latest example I can give you, you are using RNN every day. Guys, whenever you draft your email in the Gmail, as soon as you start writing some words, it starts prompting you the next word or next statement. Guys, do you get this? Do you experience this every day? When you draft your email, right, as soon as you start typing, it starts giving you the prompt. That is making use of RNN only, guys. That is the Google is using RNN behind the scene. Right, guys? So that is the case. And then, guys, if this story is over, now, guys, it is the time that you should have couple of projects in your resume, guys. You should have couple of projects in your resume. And these projects should be listed on GitHub as well. Guys, that is kind of an overall scenario, we should focus on. Guys, let me know, is that clear? I think this can help you, to better plan all your activities if you are willing to, get into this domain, guys. Guys, is that clear? Please let me know. Is it good for you so far? Okay, Devishri is back. Akash saying yes. Raman says totally clear. Nitin, right? I told you yesterday, guys, right? Please, Vanshita Rathor is there. Naveen, guys, Kushi, Akash, I'll answer that. Akash, don't worry, okay? Now, guys, time to get back to our project, right? So guys, can you give me a one-liner answer what we have done yesterday related to that given problem statement? What steps we have already taken in terms of, guys, can you answer that, please? What we have done so far related to that problem statement. Guys, there was a problem statement from our client. That client was a gems and jewelry company. They had an e-commerce store. A lot of people are buying the stuff from their e-commerce store, right? And a lot of people write the reviews as well on their e-commerce store, right? So guys, what the client wanted from us on their e-commerce store, right? What kind of reviews people are writing, right? So we had to develop an AI application that will analyze all those reviews, right? That will analyze all those reviews, guys, and also do a individual review classification as well, that if there is a review coming in the pipeline, our AI application should be able to make a prediction whether it's a positive review or whether it's a negative review, guys. And guys, there was a problem to start with. The client did not have a data set to train the model. Do you remember, guys? That was the first problem. So how come we actually fix that problem? we took the data from Amazon reviews, which are available in the public domain. And guys, do you remember which category of the data we collected from there? I think it was like clothing, shoes, and jewelry, right? It was clothing, shoes, and jewelry category was picked up, which was like, more than, 3 crore data was there, right, guys? Then, guys, what we did some cleaning of the data and some pre-processing part as well. Remember what, guys, what was the pre-processing? This data was a text data. So we have to convert this data into a numeric representation before we make use of this data to train the model. So guys, this is your model using some classification algorithm. So you need to train it. But before training, you have to convert your text data into a numeric representation. And basically, this becomes a problem of NLP domain, natural language processing. Okay. And converting your text data into a numeric format is known as vectorization, guys. This is known as vectorization. And there are lots of strategies to do so. Okay. So guys, once your data is in the right format, the format which model can accommodate to train it and find a mapping function. So that was the case, guys. So our model was ready now, guys. Our model has been trained and now it can perform the prediction for us. So guys, that was the case. That was the yesterday. Now, guys, the next steps are starting now. Guys, our model was ready. But guys, our AI application has to use this model, right? And how the AI application would be used? The application would be used through a UI interface. So guys, now we should have a UI interface where we can, show the visualization of the data, analysis of the data, prediction of the reviews. So we should have the UI now. So guys, now the control goes to UI team, and UI team decides that they will make use of a Dash library, which is a very popular library to build the web application, guys. So it would be a web application, not a desktop application or not a mobile application. It would be a web application. So to develop web application, we can make use of Dash. And if you are developing a web application, guys, right, you should have some backend. And Dash already comes with a backend platform called Flask. In Python, guys, you have 2 backend platforms. Either you can make use of Flask or either you can make use of a Django. Dash uses a Flask as a backend, guys. Now, guys, what is interesting? Now, guys, this UI application needs 2 things to finally show the data to the client in the right format. What it requires, guys, this UI team needs 2 integrations. Guys, now I'm talking about a term, integration. What is integration? It will require, guys, this UI team will integrate this model into the application. Do you agree with this, guys? This UI team has to use this model. Then only through application you can have the access to the reviews which are written there on the e-commerce store. So now how the UI application will get access to all these reviews? Now, guys, these reviews are available on the website. So now we should know how to extract these reviews from the e-commerce store. Extracting a data from a website is known as web scraping, guys. So we had to write a scraper which can read or kind of extract all these reviews and dump in a data set, guys. So we made a use of a kind of a very popular package, Beautiful Soup and Selenium, guys, to do so, guys. So that was the scraper we wrote. This scraper finally dumped the data in a website, in a database, guys. Okay, so it was scrapping the data and dumping. Dumping means is storing it actually, right? So we stored that data into a database, guys. Okay, and the database that we used was SQLite, guys. SQLite. Guys, do you remember your smartphone uses SQLite database to store your contact list? Do you know that? SQLite is a lighter version of SQL, MySQL basically, database. SQLite, all the mobile applications, all the mobile devices use this database only. It's a relational database, guys. It stores the data in a tabular format. So guys, now our application was accessing the data from database and were using the model as well. And finally, guys, by using this model and using this data, it was generating the reports and the analysis. All the results were shown there. And once, guys, the testing was done, we put this application into the production by hosting this application, because it's a web application, right? So we should have a public URL so that our customer can use it. We put that onto a AWS cloud. There are lots of cloud services available, guys. Google cloud services are there, Amazon cloud services are there, Microsoft Azure cloud services are there. Okay. So guys, if I show you that how this model was working, how this was model working. So guys, we took the Amazon reviews, we processed them, we cleaned them, we converted that data into a numeric representation, we trained that model, right, guys? So, if I just show you one simple code, someone was telling me, or asking me yesterday. So guys, if you see on your screen now, you see a one function which is written in Python. Just to explain a couple of things for you, that how things are working behind the scene. Now, guys, there is a function name called check review. What exactly it is doing, guys? This check review function is taking a review and gives us the prediction. And guys, this is the code which I don't want to as of now explain, but what is happening here, we are loading our model here, right? We are loading our model here. Once the model has been loaded, we are converting this text review into a numeric representation here, guys. And this is steps, this is the conversion happening. So now model is ready. Our data is into a numeric format. And now we are asking for the prediction. And that predicted values is getting returned here. Do you see, guys? Right? And now if you call this function, we should be able to get the kind of a prediction. So if I run this function, guys, what it returns to us? It returns 1. 1 means positive review. And can you see, guys, what review I have given in the parameter call and the function call? I love this product. Let's say there is one more review. I'm not very happy with this product, right? Let's say. So now we get 0. 0 means it's a negative review. So now, guys, if you have a UI application, let's say, just to explain a couple of more things, guys, let's say this is our UI page. And in this UI, guys, this is our text box where, we have some review written, let's say. And there is a button, let's say, check review, for example, just to example. Now, guys, this is the review customer has written. And if the client clicks on this check button, what will happen? The click of this button should result in this function call, guys. That click should do what? That click should call this function. And what should come in this review text? In this review text, this text should be coming what the customer has written or what the client has pasted, right, taken from the database, just for example. Then, guys, this function call will happen, and then this function will return a 0 or 1. If it is a negative review, return 0. If it is a positive review, will return 1. That information or that result we can show here in the UI part as well. So, guys, this is how, and can you see, guys, we are loading one file with the extension pickle. So guys, pickle is a concept in machine learning that you will come to know. Guys, sometimes what happens if you want to transfer your trained model to some other team so that that other team does not have to train your model again. Guys, I'm repeating this. Let's say you want to hand over or transfer your trained model to some other team, and you don't want to reveal the internals of that model as well, that how the code has been written, what code has been written. What we do, guys, we can convert this model into a pickle file, PKL extension. This pickle file can be given to the UI team, and the UI team will never get to know what has been the code. They will just get a kind of executable file and use it, guys. Isn't it interesting, guys? Because sometimes you don't want to disclose the code to other teams. They might actually, may change it, or, a lot of things can happen, right? And your delivery may get delayed if, something, wrong, happens, guys. So your model gets stored in a pickle file, right? And that pickle file goes to another team. They will make use of this pickle file to load the model and make the prediction. And they will never know the internal code of that model, guys. That was the complete story behind that problem statement, guys. Although when you actually implement these things, obviously, when you start writing your own implementation, guys, you will definitely get the issues. But I think the high level design of this system should be now clear to you guys, that the steps what we have taken, how we are going to finally deliver this to the client. Let me know, guys, how it has been so far for you. Isn't interesting, guys? Did you get the point, guys? What explanation I have given? So Devishri says, yeah, right. Akash says, interesting. Raman says it was awesome. Snehal Kadolkar. Okay. So Surya Rakesh, Nathan. Nathan says, yes, sir, quite a big process. Yeah, it's a big process. Yeah, Hiral, you're right. Yeah, it takes time, guys. It's not like so. And guys, working on these projects or these kind of projects give you the real confidence, actually, right? So in our academy as well, guys, in our academy as well, what we call as a concept called guided projects. So we develop a lot of guided projects for our students as well. In that guided project, what we do, we take a problem statement very similar to what we have recently, kind of worked with a client, make one portion of that so a student or a group of team can handle that easily, but still the process remains very closely to what industry is doing, what processes are they are following, what tools they are following, how they are approaching the problem, how they are designing it, how they are finally putting it to a production. That's how we kind of do that. So guys, now if you want, kind of work on such a project, let's say you have made up your mind that you want to get into a data science domain. If you want to work on a such project or similar kind of a projects in the data science domain, guys, okay. So at Forsk Coding School, we have designed a pack of 5 data science projects with unique problem statements, solution approach, and implementation in Python ecosystem, guys. A set of 5 projects. One project related to analytics, one project related to computer vision that will make use of deep learning and neural network, one project related to time series modeling, where we make use of a Facebook library called Profit. Guys, Profit is a library from Facebook to perform time series modeling of the data. Then one project to build a recommendation system, and one project related to NLP. That is the 5 set of projects we have designed. And guys, this package also contains 40 mini projects with video solution. So you will find a code challenge in the video form, and the solution is also given. 40 mini projects. We call them as code challenges sometimes because they will give you the real confidence. Along with the major projects, 40 mini projects. Python video tutorials, because you want to learn Python as well, advanced Python as well. So we have the live recordings and we have, compiled them in the video series. Similarly, machine learning videos, deep learning videos, UI development, how to develop the UI, how to perform scrapping, how to handle the databases, how to perform the cloud deployment. This is the complete package we have done, guys. And it is a unique blend of projects that will teach you what ML is all about, what the DL is all about, and how you can implement machine learning concepts in real practice, guys. 5 different independent projects that will really help you master machine learning and Python. You will handle classification, you will handle regression, you will handle clustering, you will handle recommendation system, you will handle NLP, you will handle analytics, you will handle UI, you will handle visualization, and many more things while working with the different kind of data sets taken from our consultation experience, guys, taken from our consultation experience. Okay, so after you complete it, generally we design this in a 4-month cycle, guys. The entire time would be around 4 months, where you spend around 2 hours a day and around 10 hours a week. If you are going with this pace, it will take around 4 months for you to complete those, case. So that would be the case, guys. Okay. Now, once you complete this, guys, kind of a package, we have designed, you would be able to implement your own machine learning models after taking, this, live recorded, online self-paced, course, guys. And what is the unique style we follow? There is no video recorded as a studio recording, guys. All of the videos that you will get for Python learning, for ML, for DL, right? All of them are live recorded, right? The way you are like getting the recording right now, all of them are the live recorded, guys, right? And as I said, guys, this online self-paced package is a combination of 5 independent projects, each taking a unique data set, different problem statement, different solutions. So that your knowledge, your learning is wide. Okay. And guys, what problem people face? The people face a problem that when they take a course from Udemy or YouTube, whether it's a free, whether it's a paid, or Coursera, they do not have a support system. Whenever they're stuck, there is no one to answer. Whenever they're stuck, there is no one to help them. Guys, we have solved this problem at our academy. Okay, we have used a messaging platform called Slack, guys. We have used a messaging platform called Slack. So as you enroll for this course, we get you onboarded on the Slack. There is a team available to help you 24/7. As you put your question, your doubt, your queries, team is really going to answer you as soon as possible. Still you are not happy, still you want to interact with the team in the live, every week we have an office hour, guys. Every week we have an office hour where our team, me, Sylvester, will come online for 1 hour every week. Probably it would be Saturday or Sunday, but it can be some other day as well, depending on how people are like finding the suitability of the time. So 1 hour live every week. We don't teach there. We just answer your queries. It can be technical. It can be non-technical. It can be kind of a mentoring or a coaching. Any doubt you have, which you did not find a satisfactory answer on the Slack, right? There is a live session every week, guys, to help you so that you have a feel that yes, you are making a right progress. There is a feedback mechanism as well at our end, guys. That is the case. So guys, thank you for attending the workshop, and we wish you all a very good luck. Bye bye, guys. Good night and take care.